Hey guys, it's Josiah here. Welcome back to another episode of Josiah Grape Reviews. I haven't done one of these in forever. I was gonna do one in Miami, then my lazy butt lied, and I told you guys I would do it, and then lazy butt. But I have to do it for Martinsville because my goodness, we got a lot to talk about. Martinsville is always known to be very, very crazy, and the Xfinity race and the Cup race did not disappoint. Many thought this was gonna slack because of the spring race that happened in Martinsville. It was absolutely boring. No one could pass whatsoever. It was boring. Had one caution, other than the stages. Um, so coming to this race, people were skeptical on whether this would be a good race or not, and boy, we got a show. Nonetheless, we got a show for you. Let's start with the Xfinity race. Two drivers had already locked in prior to this. Josh Berry won the Xfinity race in Las Vegas. He was locked in. Then Noah Gragson won the Cup or the Xfinity race at Miami, finally breaking the curse, getting himself in. And coming to this race, I think it was Allmendinger and Gibbs that were ahead. And Gibbs got in on points, and it was looking like Brandon Jones was going to get the final spot. But coming to the white flag, Ty Gibbs straight up punted, straight up dumped his teammate for the win. Like, I was speechless. Like, Ty Gibbs, I lost all respect for him. You can't. He said it was an accident, but even moving the guy out of the way, that's still your teammate. You have to at least let him win. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, that's not what a teammate's supposed to do. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, I could not believe that Ty Gibbs legit did that. That was ridiculous. But that happened. Ty Gibbs won, and Justin Allgaier got the nod over AJ Allmendinger. So the championship four for the Xfinity race is Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gragson, and Ty Gibbs. For the Chuck race, which happened last week, Ty Majeski won the Miami race at Chuck's. Championship 4 there is Ty Majeski, both the Smith brothers with Chandler Smith and Zane Smith, so my nose is just itchy. And Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes is the fourth driver. He got it by 1 point over Stuart Friesen, my favorite Chuck Series driver, which was sad. Now let's go to the Cup race. Let's just go through. The pole winner was Kyle Larson. Chase Elliott was the highest playoff driver, started good second. He hasn't really had a good playoffs. He's had 2 top 10s, including his win to Talladega. Other than that, it was a second place in Bristol. Then that was it. He's had, like, last week in Miami, he had a top 5, and strategy went the wrong way for him. Roval probably could have won that race. Then he got dumped by, well, not dumped. He kind of got screwed a little bit by Reddick. My nose is itchy. I'm legit. My nose is itchy. I swear I'm not picking my nose at all. You don't see me go at all. So anyway, so Chase Elliott's not really had a good playoffs. The regular season champion has not had a good playoffs. He came into this race 70 points above the cut. No, yeah, he came into this race. No, was it 17 or 15? It was 11. 11 points above the cut line. Then he quickly got up to 30 because of where he was. He got passed by Hamlin 90 on stage 1. Hamlin swept the stages, dominated stage 2. It looked like he was going to be the car of the beat. And then his pit crew was slacking. Same with Elliott's. They fell back. Some other notable drivers in the top 5. Keselowski ran up the top 5. So did Custer, just like the spring race. Larson was up there in the top 5 for pretty much the entire race. Then up through the field came Christopher Bell, who was in a must-win situation. Logano was already locked in due to his win at Las Vegas, and above the cut line coming in this race, I think Chastain was in by 5, I think. Ellie was in by 11. Or no, Chastain I think was in by 17. I can't remember who else was above the cut line. I think it was Willie Byron, but he started back in 20th, and he just wasn't there for the race. He wasn't there at all. And then Christopher Bell worked his way up eventually to the top 5, and then he got up there. It looked like this race was going to come out of 2 drivers who were in a must-win, Christopher Bell and Ryan Blaney. It was the 4 Bs that were in must-wins at the time of 30 to go. Byron, Blaney, Briscoe, and Byron, Blaney, Briscoe, and Bell. Good grief. Trying to say those 4 names 5 times fast. Good grief. I can't remember. But the caution came out for, I forgot what it was. I think it was J.J. Yaley getting to the wall or something like that. So then people had to pit. Chase Briscoe and his teammate Cole Custer had to stay out. Chase Briscoe looked like he probably was going to pull a big upset and make it to championship 4, but then Keselowski came on fresher tires. Looked like he was going to pass him, but then he got loose. And out came Christopher Bell. He passed by Briscoe with just over 10 to go. Didn't look back. Christopher Bell, Clutch Bell, just like the Roval. He was in a must-win of the Roval in round 12. Got it done to get into this round. Then got it done to get the championship 4. So Christopher Bell wins at Martinsville. third win of the season, but the best Toyota driver all season long. Good for him. It was Kyle Larson who got in second. Keselowski got a top 5. Blaney, I think, finished third. So there was that. But the guy who finished 5th should have finished 11th. He gained 6 spots in 2 corners. The man of the show, Ross Chastain, pulled off something that will probably never happen ever in NASCAR. This is going to be like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. He pulled off the move of the century. Ross Chastain, going into turn 3 on the final lap, was 2 points out. Looked like it was going to be Hamlin that was in. He went at the wall at turn 3, straight up video gamed through turns 3 and 4, and caught right up to Hamlin, passed him, and got in by 4 points. Ross Chastain is moving on to the championship 4 because of a clutch move on the final lap. I couldn't believe it. No, everyone was shocked, like legit, and rightfully so. That was awesome by Ross Chastain. He deserves to make it after that. That was incredible by him. The other driver to advance to the championship 4 was Chase Elliott. He got in by 4. He kind of got screwed by strategy, finished 11th. He did not have a single top 10 in this round. I think he got 21st to Vegas, 14th to Miami, 11th to Martinsville, and he's still in the championship 4 by 4 points. As a Chase Elliott fan, I was watching the points go down, and it was looking scary for a second, but he's in for his 3rd straight time. So I'll recap. I'll talk about this 4 and who I think is going to championship 4 in a minute. But congrats to Ross Chastain. That was, man, the 4 drivers who were eliminated: Chase Briscoe, Chase Briscoe, William Byron, Ryan Blaney, and Denny Hamlin are the 4 drivers going home. Chase Briscoe, honestly, no surprise. I mean, he kind of got lucky at Roval Dixter's teammate. Didn't really do much this round. He was all round long, basically. Ryan Blaney was also pretty solid. He was the only playoff driver that didn't have a win. Didn't quite make it. He had a solid car, top 5 car. He didn't quite make it work at the end. Denny Hamlin obviously got screwed by Chastain and his pit crew as well. He had definitely the best car all day long. Did everything he needed to do, just didn't work out the end. The 4th driver going home, William Byron. He was 5 coming in, and started, like I mentioned in the back, wasn't able to work his way up. So disappointed for Byron. So let's talk about the 4 championship 4 drivers, and I'll get my opinions on all 4 of them. Start with Joey Logano. He has 3 wins. Obviously won at Vegas, so he was the only driver who was locked in the championship 4 before today. Yeah, I mean, Phoenix is always pretty solid. He's been in the championship 4 more than anyone, I think, at like 6 or 7 times. So good job for Logano. He finished 2nd in 2020 in the championship. Or no, I think it's finished 3rd. I don't know, but he's had some close calls. He will be a factor at Phoenix. It seems to be one of the better tracks, so watch out for the 22 team to pull it off. I mean, there's 3 wins. Obviously, Vegas, he's always solid there. Gateway, he beat out Kyle Busch. Darlington, he punted Byron with 2 to go. So we'll see. He's going to be aggressive. He'll be fun to watch. 2nd driver, Christopher Bell. Obviously, that would be fun if Christopher Bell wins the championship. He's been, like I mentioned, the solid Toyota driver, the best Toyota driver over Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Denny Hamlin. He's been right up there, been consistent. He would be fun to watch. Phoenix, he's been solid there. I think he was solid in Xfinity there. Speaking of which, Kyle Busch, I'm going to talk about him for a second because he was 4 laps down in stage 1, was dead last. The NASCAR told him he had to pick up the pace. I don't know what was going on. I think some said he had handling issues. I don't know what was going on with Kyle Busch. Next week is his last race with RCRs, or next week is his last week with JGR, the end of an era, a dynasty. And this is how they're going to go out. And it's just, man, all right, I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, back to Bell. Yeah, he's been solid. Good to see him in. Chase Elliott, the regular season championship, has 5 wins, 4 if you exclude Pocono, with the D&Q, with Hamlin and Busch and all that stuff. I know he's only got 2 top 10s, but Phoenix has been one of his better tracks. I think he would have won the spring race at Phoenix. He or Briscoe kind of got screwed with pit but strategy. Seems like he always has for this year. I'm noticing that more and more now. What the heck? But he will be a factor of Phoenix. Won in 2020, where it was championship 2020. Obviously, he will be a factor. Lastly, Ross Chastain. He's gonna be fun to watch. I think he got 2nd or 3rd, a top 3 finish at Phoenix in the spring, so he would also be a factor. So any one of these four who are in it, they are in it to win it, could win it. That's why they're. By the way, they made it through. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I predicted him to win. Before the season started, I predicted him when the playoffs started. I'm sticking with it. Chase Elliott will get a second championship, in my opinion. He's been the best driver of the season, most consistent regular season championship winner by I think over 100 points, which we haven't seen since like 2003 in Matt Kansas. So crazy right there. But despite his very bad playoffs, Chase Elliott I think will win his second championship. As a Josiah fan, I'll be pulling for him to hopefully gets it done. So, but we'll see what happens. So, anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed. Um, Smash like, subscribe, like, comment if you want to. I know that's Cloud. Don't support it. Do it if you want to. Just a suggestion. But I'll see you guys next week for the championship race. It should be fun. See you guys. Bye.